everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody has been doing super well. I know I've been doing pretty alright. It feels kind of weird to do this just because I haven't done it in so long, but we're here. And ironically, I'm making a metal ASMR show number 2 because you guys actually said that you would want it. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like I have to have a place to ramble with my thoughts, and it doesn't really fall into any specific category. It's more of just like a talk show almost, if that makes sense. A talk show where I'm speaking softly into my microphone. But that's what we're doing today. And the Metal ASMR show is actually the first video I ever made. And now this is like my 21st video. So, it's more than I thought I'd make. But how have you guys been doing? I hope everyone's been well. I think it's been about a month since I've made my last video, which was honestly kind of shocking to me. I didn't realize it had been that long, but here we are. I'm sitting here in front of my computer with got a cup of green tea. I'm gonna blow on it real quick. I hope you can't hear that, but if you do, my bad. It's still really hot. So, if you hear me swallow that, there you go. So, what is there to talk about? I mean, it's April. Summer is coming by so soon. I don't know if it's anybody else, but it certainly feels like time is flying by lately. It just feels absolutely wild. I mean, we're already in April of 2023. Everyone always told me when I was younger that time's gonna fly by and you're gonna blink and you're gonna say, what the frick happened? Well, here we are. It's getting there, and I'm still relatively young, right? So it's not like I'm sitting here having a midlife crisis, but I can certainly understand why some people do, because I'm sure one day I'll blink and I'll be 45 and all of a sudden everything's just gonna change. But I'm very excited that the weather's been warming up. I've been able to get outside, and I never realized how important getting outside is for me. Because over the winter, where I'm at, winters can get pretty brutal, and no one really goes outside, and it gets dark super early. But now that the sun's starting to go down at 7, 8 o'clock, it's getting to be pretty warm. I was outside today doing stuff, so it feels good, and I also feel like I have a lot of energy when it's this time of year compared to like December or November. It's easier to like not only keep up with yourself, but I gotta phrase that, it's easier to keep up with your health and your mind when it's lighter out and brighter out, I think, than when it's darker out. Because it's not like I'm an unhealthy person, but I always find myself like getting fast food less or going out to eat less over the summer because I've got more energy to cook and to make things and try out new things, where like beforehand I don't think I would have in the winter months, but we've got some good stuff going on. Also, it's Easter at the time that I'm recording this, so if you celebrate Easter, have a very, very happy Easter. I haven't celebrated Easter in God knows how long. It was really more of a, like, you're a kid, so we're gonna do the Easter bunny and the Easter eggs and Easter basket thing, but it was never, like, a Christian holiday, if that makes sense. Like, we stopped celebrating it by the time I I got old enough to realize that the Easter Bunny wasn't real, or so they say. So I'm glad that it's warming up, and if you're celebrating Easter, have a happy Easter. And what else is going on in the world today? What can I talk about? Well, it's getting to the end of the semester too, so that's something to look forward to. But so I won't have school over the summer, obviously, so that'll be great. I don't know the average age of the people that are listening, but I'd imagine a lot of you guys are probably college age or close to. So you can understand my pain, but also you can understand how awesome it is for the summertime to be around. So I guess I don't really have much to update you guys on. I've just been working and doing my thing at school and just grinding it out. It's been really stressful the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, but we're almost towards the end, and I'll finally have a degree, another one. This is my second degree, but and then after that, it's kind of scary, right? Because if you're an American and you go through American grade school and then you go through college, like I did, excuse me, Dion, you kind of, the structure of your life is always set, right? So you're born, and then you have a couple years to do whatever you want, and then you're thrown into kindergarten, and you go all the way through grade school, and then if you're like me and you go to college, you have another 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, depending on how long you're in college, of years of doing that same structured, like, okay, I have school from this time to this time, and then I have summers off, and I have spring break off, and I have to go back to school now, and you're in that cycle of being a student, right? But after you graduate and you get your final degree, you're kind of just like at a fork in the road. You could do whatever you want, really. I could go get a job with my degree, or I could not. I could just not use my degree. I can make my own decisions. Like, the world is open, and there's no one left to hold my hand. You have your advisors, your professors, your school teachers, your guidance counselors, all your life telling you, this is where you should go next, this is what you need to do next, these are the next steps to get you to where you need to go. But now, as I'm coming to the end of my academic career, I don't have that anymore. I'm crossing my T's and dotting my I's, and after that, I don't want to use the word free, because that would imply that I'm being trapped by this schedule, which is not, because obviously it's a voluntary thing. But the world is just more open, and I don't quite know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's uncertain, I think, is also another good way to put it, because you go through your semester, and then after that, you have your break. Then you go through your other semester, and you always know what's coming next. I don't know what's next after this. I've been applying to jobs, yeah, but they might not hire me. I might not get an interview. I might get hired and love a place. I might get hired and hate a place. I might get hired and realize that I made a wrong career choice. It's not like, oh, I want to sign up for this class next semester. I'm going to sign up for it. It's like, I need to apply to a place, and I need to think about where I'm applying. I need to think about my living situation. So, I guess the biggest thing I have to update you guys on, you people, you lovely people, is that I uncertainty, and that adds a lot of stress. I mean, thankfully, I'm in a life position to where if I didn't get a job right away, or if I didn't get a job in the field that I wanted right away, I would be okay, right? I'm in an okay spot in life. I'm not desperate. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, but at the same time, it's still scary, right? No matter what. And the weird part about starting a career after being a college kid, high school kid, just with, a couple of side jobs or whatever, is that I'm not only fearful of not liking my career at first, I'm fearful of not liking it, we'll say 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. And at that point, I don't want to say it's too late to change what's going on in my life, but it might be too late, you know. But I always like to keep a glass half full kind of attitude, and I like to keep my head held up high, so I don't let these thoughts get to me too much. And if you're going through the same thing, neither should you, because it's always going to work out, no matter what. If there's one piece of advice I could give, not like you need to listen to some random guy on the internet for advice, but if there's one piece of advice I could give to people my age and younger, is that it always works out. It always will work out. Even if it doesn't work out for a long time, in the end, it'll work out. So, yeah, gonna be done with school soon. I've been loving my internships, and I've been loving what I've been doing at school, so that gives me high hopes for the future, but still, I've never had this much uncertainty in my life, so you guys can go along with the ride with me, and we'll figure this shit out together. But regardless of what I got going on, I want you guys to tell me what you guys got going on in the comments. Just tell me what's going on in your life. I'd love to hear it. It made me really happy on my Christmas video when I saw a couple of you actually told me what you got for Christmas and what you had going on. So I really enjoyed that. So if you got something going on, got something you'd like to share, leave it in the comments. I'll look at it. I'll respond. Let me take a sip of my drink. So, Metallica, 72 seasons. I should make my own video on the track, so maybe I won't share too much about what I feel about 72 seasons, because I'll record a video and tell you guys what I think. However, I will say that this album is confusing me. When Luxy Turner first came out, I was like, oh my god, it sounds like they're returning to form. It sounds like they're trying to make an old school style thrash heavy metal album, right? And then Screaming Suicide came out, and I will say that Screaming Suicide has grown on me a lot. I like the track, but it reminds me a lot of their post Saint Anger stuff. Luxy Turner reminded me a lot of their pre-Black Album, or maybe even pre-Master of Puppets style, kind of not as heavy, but still it's still fast, you know what I mean? And then they came out with Screaming Suicide, and I was like, okay, this is definitely newer Metallica, definitely their new style. And then If Darkness Had a Sun came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? That track has not aged on me yet. I'm still not the biggest fan of that track, but nonetheless, that reminds me of something that would have been on Hardwired to Self-Destruct, really new Metallica. And then 72 Seasons comes out, and I don't know, I just feel like they're straying. They had something so good with Luxy Turner, and they're straying away from it. I got so excited for the album because I was like, okay, they're putting their new Metallica I'm putting that in air quotes, their new Metallica sound on the shelf. And they're going light, they're going fast. Or I shouldn't say light, they're going fast, they're going heavy. But it's like a light-hearted tune, almost. And now, it's kind of like a weird hodgepodge of their old stuff and their new stuff. And don't get me wrong, I like the new stuff. James Hetfield could fart into a microphone, and I could enjoy it. But, I don't know. I wish they went in the direction that I initially thought that they were going to go into. I think it would have made for a better album. I think it would have pleased a lot of fans. On the flip side of that, though, like everything, I think people are also overreacting to the new songs. Like 72 Seasons is a good song. I like it a lot. But it does have its problems. And a lot of people look over these problems, or can't look past these problems. The song is too long. The song is kind of boring at times. But people sit there and they're like, oh my god, Metallica's a joke. Metallica can't write songs anymore. It's like, they have nothing to prove, man. They're not going to write the next greatest metal masterpiece. They've already done that. Metallica is metal. They don't need to put 100% into everything all the time because they've already made it. And not even to say I shouldn't say they're not putting 100% into it. But they've got nothing to prove. They're probably just doing this for fun at this point. They've got enough money. Anyone that says they're doing this album for money is an idiot. I don't know. I could go on about that for an hour. But I will say that this album, James's lyricism is not up to snuff. Everything is just a rhyme. It should be called the Dr. Seuss album because every line he rhymes, every single one, or every bar. In 72 Seasons, there's a line that's violence, inheritance. Why, James? Why? Anyway. So, any new video game stuff lately? I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of DMZ lately. I found that I enjoy DMZ a lot. I didn't think I was going to like DMZ all that much, but I finally started taking it for a spin, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. I've been playing solo, so it's not as fun as I would like it to be. My buddies don't seem to be too into it, but I've been playing it, and it levels you up really fast. So we got a couple days left in the Battle Pass, so if you do not have the Battle Pass done, I would suggest that you hop into DMZ and you just start completing contracts, completing missions. You will get your Battle Pass tokens really quickly, because in multiplayer this season, for some reason, you just cannot get tokens. I could play like 3-4 matches of shipment, getting above average kills than I would doing normal 6v6. And I don't get anything. I have to play like 4 or 5 matches to get a Battle Pass token. And it's like, I'm not going to play 25 matches just to complete one tier. But the state of Call of Duty right now is interesting, for sure. I am a fan of Modern Warfare 2. I like the game a lot. I think it has its problems. And I think it's going in a bit of a different direction than everyone else had imagined. But I think that it's still a solid game. And much like with Metallica, whenever Call of Duty comes out with a new game, I think that they are over criticized. I think I think the game is good. I think that people are just dramatic. Like if you ever go on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 subreddit, those people are just insufferable. They can't just enjoy things. And I don't know. I already said in this video, I'm more of a glass half full kind of guy, right? So when I see people that are just like ranting on the internet about the most minute things, I just want to tell them to go touch grass. You know what I mean? It drives me nuts. You gotta be able to enjoy things, and even if you bought the game and it isn't exactly 100% how you like it, there's still things you can find to like about the game. I don't know if I've ever played a game where I'm like, oh, I love 100% of this game all the time. Like, no, there's gonna be things that piss you off. There's gonna be things that you might not agree with design choice-wise, but at the end of the day, like, it's a video game, right? People shouldn't be geeking out that much, in my opinion. But I honestly haven't really been playing anything new. I haven't really had the time to play anything new. I'll log on to Call of Duty a couple times a week and play. I'll play some multiplayer or some Warzone with friends, but I haven't delved into a new video game lately. Actually, I guess one game I have been playing a lot of when I can is Project Zomboid. And for those of you that don't know what Project Zomboid is, it's a like a realistic zombie survival game, and I'm a really big fan of zombie survival games. One of my friends saw that I owned it, and I didn't know that I owned it, but I guess I bought it in like 2013. So like right when the game first came out, probably in the super early beta. And he was like, oh, do you want to play together? And I was like, I don't know the first thing about the game, but sure. And then ever since then, I've been putting hours into it. I love that game so much. It's so hard. It's incredibly hard. But it's a lot of fun. Another game that I've been playing on and off is Dwarf Fortress, which is like a really, really in-depth, I don't want to call it a city builder, but it kind of is in its own weird way. And it's actually an old game that got like modern graphics put onto it recently, and it is just so much fun. With the exception of Call of Duty, I really like games that you can dig your teeth into, you know, and that have a lot of meat and a lot of content, or even if it's not like a lot of content, we'll say a lot of ways to play the game. So replayability is up. I like single player story mode games. They're alright, but they haven't really captured my attention since I was younger. I like being able to play like strategy games or games that can really, you need to think about, like I said, with the exception of Call of Duty, because that's my one, like, turn my brain off and play game. But I really like games that you can dig your teeth into. You know what I mean? So, don't be surprised if you see some gaming content on the channel soon, because I do want to keep uploading videos. And I think in the coming months, I might have more time than the past couple of months. So I'll be able to do that. And I might even start shooting some content like on my phone or on my webcam, so I can kind of diversify, because I don't like to be put into a box with the content that I make. So we'll see. I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas, but not enough time to execute all of them. Anyway, I think exhausted all the points that I wanted to talk about today. I would love it if you guys let me know in the comments how you're doing, what's going on, what's the scoop. And if you made it this far in the video, you're a champ. And if you could drop a like, that would be sick. Likes and comments are always appreciated. Especially if they're comments that are telling me what's going on in your life, because I like to hear it. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome. We're up to 60 now, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, guys, this has been Metal ASMR, and I am signing off. And I will catch you in the next video, which will hopefully be soon.